what I tell people is always start with what you know, right? I grew up in the hood. I knew that community. That's where I went, and the reason I say that is because you kind of understand the psychology of the neighborhood, of the community, and how people move and flow. So it's a customer that you're used to working with and dealing with. And so I always say, start with what you know, because if you go to somebody else's neighborhood, somebody else's community, then you're trying to adapt and figure out, what games and tricks they may play over there.
Okay. So tell us about moving your business out of state. What was that like, and what made you? Was it the deal? Did you see a deal and say, "Oh, this is too good to pass up," or were you always planning on moving outside of your your market?
Yeah. So that was actually like a real stretch on my comfort, right? I, I went to, I moved to Detroit for 3 months. And because my wife, she's from Detroit. So we had been looking at Detroit for several years. I was flying out there, booking hotels and stuff, just kind of scoping out the area. And our game plan was to buy a couple of blocks of real estate in Detroit. But as we were there, it just kind of didn't play out that way. When we started actually bidding on properties, we realized that the whole world had the same idea. So we found ourselves bidding against people in China and stuff like that. And we were physically boots on the ground. So we seeing the properties and I'm like, yeah. But long story short, to try to get a good return on that investment, like I said, I booked hotels, rooms, flights, all that stuff for multiple years in a row. It's like, all right, we here for 3 months. I'm gonna hire this coach. And my coach is what took me to that next level. So this guy, he's done $2 billion worth of real estate transactions in the city of Detroit alone.
Wow.
Um, Built casinos, hotels, entire communities, all types of stuff. And so I hired this guy to shadow him for 90 days. And what that did was really just expand my beliefs and understandings of what I could do. So in my head, I was like, all right, we'll keep doing this like 1 to 4 units, small stuff, and we'll scale it. But sitting down with this guy, being in a room, and he's pulling in city council members and officials and all of this stuff, and he's like, all right, I want you to discuss the deal. I'm like, what do you mean, me? He's like, you've been in here long enough. I know how you think. Go for it. Like, all right. And so he built up my confidence and he said, hey, what are your real goals? Tell me your wildest dreams. I'm like, nah, go for it. I was like, all right, well, I want to own an apartment complex when I'm like 50 or 60. And he was like, 50 or 60, why? So he literally puts me and my wife in the car, drives down the street, and he's like, I own that one and that one and that one. I bought a total of 4,400 doors in 1 year.
Dang.
And I was like, oh shit.
That's different.
Yeah. And so he took us to an apartment complex and he was like, you can buy this one right here. I'm like, nah. He was like, I seen your balance sheet. I know the income. I know, how you analyze deals. You can buy this one right here that we're standing at. And so he started walking me through that process of understanding how to purchase an apartment, how to assess it. And so I was just like, damn, I guess this is possible. But I still did not buy that one because as me and my wife started to talk, we were like, look, there's no doubt we can make money here, but I don't think Detroit is where we want to be. And because I don't have a team here in Detroit, that would mean that I'd constantly be flying out here. Like this would be a significant investment. So I would want to come out here and put my eyes on it and see how things are going. So ultimately we were like, nah, I'm not going to take that risk. But we came back to Houston and focused on building the team. And so once we had the team, it was like, all right, our team has experience in Texas. Let's do the first deal in Texas. And then we built another team. It's like, okay, they have experience in Florida. Let's do a deal in Florida. And so that's what gave me the confidence to go out of state. It is more so a confidence in my team than the asset.
Okay.